Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Q&A. I hope you had a great week. So today I wanted to talk about something that I think or always assume people know, but they don't necessarily understand, and I've been asked a couple of times in this past month, how much is it going to charge me to use your services if I want to buy a property? And so the answer for the most part is nothing. If you use a realtor to help you purchase a property, you don't have to pay the realtor, with a couple of exceptions, which I'll talk about in a second. But how that works for the most part is that the seller pays the commission for both the buying agent and the listing agent or the selling agent. And so the buying agent gets paid at closing from the seller directly. And of course, we don't work for free, so the money has to come from somewhere. Now, there are a couple of exceptions. The first one is if you decided that you wanted to buy something privately, maybe a for sale by owner property, and your realtor is representing you in that transaction. And for the most part, the seller, even in a private sale, will pay the realtor's commission, but sometimes they don't, and it may be on you to pay the realtor's commission if you want that person to help you. The second thing, and this is a touchy subject, but one I want to get clear, is that if you use a realtor's services and you decide at some point that you don't want that realtor to use you or to represent you any further, but you've signed a buyer representation agreement with that person, and you choose to purchase a property with somebody else, you will owe the initial realtor the commission. And again, I must stress, we do not work for free. And so if the realtor that you've signed a contract with has driven you around and shown you a bunch of properties and taken the time to do the research, and you decide at some point that you don't want to use them and use somebody else, you will owe the commission to that person for the time that they have spent. So just be very cautious about that. On the buyer representation agreement that the realtor should have you sign, it will specifically say on there, have you signed an agreement with any other realtor? And if you have, you will probably get caught eventually, so just be careful. So I hope that answers some of your questions. As always, I'm here if you have any further questions, and feel free to like and share with anyone you think might be interested. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.